But I did talk to a couple of his leaders too. So Mitchell Todd Horn was born on January 13th, which was Friday the 13th. And so that superstition that's the unlucky day was totally shattered for us because he was the first grandson on the Berkeley side and the Horn side, and we were just thrilled when he was born. Mitch went through what I call his superhero years, and they were years of wearing capes, Batman, Spider-Man. He'd have these high blankets around his neck so he could feel the cape flowing behind him, and he really was a superhero. And so when I say, at this time, his name was not Mitch, so he would say, I'd say, Mitch, get up at the table, it's time for dinner. He'd say, I'm not Mitch, I'm Superman. I'd say, Superman, get up to the table. And he would obey really good, and that's what we called him. And so it was years of that. He was really like that. Okay, so let's see. So, okay, as he grew older, he got into sports, and he had a really great time playing baseball. We remember his Grand Slam home runs. He played football. He was the team captain in 7th grade, and he played basketball for a long, long time. He's done lacrosse, and he was on the track team this year. He varsity 4x100 relay. So as he got older and into scouting, sometimes we joked about different ways to earn merit badges. Because you younger scouts, there's so many to earn. And so he would open the door on a Sunday for church, and 5 people would walk through. He'd say, hey, Mom, is that good enough for a merit badge? So anyway, we would just always joke about how different ways we could earn a merit badge. And so that was fun. But I think he learned also that doing scouting created opportunities to grow and become a man. And so there was one day I noticed Mitch, he had poured a bowl of cereal and he was just sitting down to enjoy it, and he saw some people driving, thought, well, a guy pushing his car out front. And so he just jumped up, no one had to tell him, and he just jumped up and helped push the car up the road, and I admired that about him. He's a very hard worker. He's moved furniture for many families, including helping with young women yard sales. He's also a very hard worker in school. He was given a teacher this year that he felt would be too easy, and so he switched teachers because he knew he needed to learn, and I really admire that too. He switched to the harder teacher. He is a very kind brother to his 3 younger sisters, and he's had several injuries from sports. He broke his right hand, right arm, right foot, right knee, and it's okay, he's all right now. Okay, so, but during one of these injuries, he was really complaining a lot of all the things that he couldn't do. And so I just had it, so I called up ARC, which is a place for special needs people, and I said, you need to find something for my kid to do, and because I wanted him to see that some people have injuries and special needs that last a lot longer than a few weeks. I said, find something for him to do. So we went, and I didn't know what they would assign us, but it ended up being a luncheon for like an early Thanksgiving, and they said, they pointed to Mitch and said, you can help serve. And he had a broken arm, and he's right-handed. So with his left hand, he scooped food onto these people's plates, and it just turned into an amazing, wonderful experience. And I just hope he always remembers that service does heal the heart. It doesn't heal the body, but it does heal the heart. So that was a great experience for both of us. And Mitch is continuing to learn to serve a lot. One way he's done this is escorted his great-grandma to church for years, I think. And he would just walk really slow with her, and she would hang onto his arm. And okay, so one story that Carlos Solorzano told me about going on a Klondike, which is lots of snow, and Mitch was the captain, and he said Mitch and some of the other boys tied a tent to a tree to keep it secure, and in the morning it had snowed a few more inches, but the rope was there and it was strong. And Mitch has helped create a theme of no man left behind, and Carlos wasn't feeling well, and he really appreciated his help. A few months ago, I was really stressed with life, and I was raising my voice to the kids and Mitch and everyone, and very stressed. And he just grabbed me and let me cry, and I put my head in his chest and just sobbed, and then I felt all better. And I just thought, that is amazing that he had the maturity to show love towards someone who was not acting like they deserved love. And so I really think that scouting has helped him in so many ways. There was a time when I was tired and I was planning on skipping reading scriptures, and he doesn't hardly ever raise his voice, but he said, yes, we are reading our scriptures tonight. And I think that he just knows that the safety and the blessings that come and the protection that comes from reading scriptures, and I appreciate that about him. And a while back, he came home from the library and handed me a book, and he said he hadn't seen me read for fun for a while, and he thought that I would like this book. And so I mostly appreciated that he even noticed that I needed to do something fun sometimes, but he also picked up a really good book, so I really appreciated that. He also is a very good poet, and he's written some good poems. I'm not going to share any, I won't embarrass him, but he's really good. I'll have him share. He wrote me a really nice one for Mother's Day, and it said nice things about me, but it said a lot about him because it just notices things and it was just nice that he appreciated. But anyway, there was a poem that he wrote for school, and he turned it in, and I'm just going to steal 2 lines from it, but I'm going to change the words a little bit. And this is how I'm going to end. Every day, Mitch, I love you more and more. Having you for a son is a big time sport.